parent who has experience navigating this system.
Yes.
For 17 years.
For 17 years I did, yes.
So you're bringing this petition to Downing Street. What was it about?
So a group of parents and young people and people who work with children and young people with special educational needs and disabilities are delivering a petition today to Downing Street that's been signed by more than 130,000 people expressing concern about the direction that reform of the system for supporting children and young people with SEND appears to be taking.
And what is that direction then? What's happening?
So the system is in crisis. Nobody doubts that or denies that. It's not working for children and young people the way that it should, and too many children are being failed. The question is how we fix that and what's required. There has been, for the last year, there has been a lot of rumours and leaks and speculation reported in the media about how the government intends to reform the system for supporting children and young people with SEND. That has caused a lot of anxiety among parents because the rumours, the leaks, seem to suggest that the law will be changed and that the current framework, which is based on a right to support and education that meets every child's individual needs, that right might be reduced or diluted.
Yeah, look, I know a lot of parents battling the system, right, and I know how difficult it can be, really, really difficult, and failing children, as you say. I guess what the government would say is that if you look at the figures, spending by councils on special educational needs has doubled to almost £13 billion since 2016. And I guess there is perhaps a worry amongst some that, you know, sharp-elbowed, middle-class parents are perhaps getting diagnoses, getting extra support and clogging up the system, kind of locking out, if you like, people with more serious needs. What would you say to that?
There's so much in that to unpack. Yeah. There certainly are more children and young people who are getting a higher level of support than was the case in the past, and there's many reasons for that. One of the reasons is that it has become, for many children and young people, the only way to get the support they need in education is via an education, health and care plan. So that is a statutory document, a legal document that sets out exactly what their needs are and what provision and support they should receive to meet those needs and help them succeed in education. That is not supposed to be the only way to get support and special educational provision. There is a system of SEN support that should be in place in schools, but mainstream schools find themselves under a lot of pressure, and in practice the number of requests for EHC needs assessments, which then leads to an EHC plan, has increased. And there are many reasons why we are identifying more children and young people with SEND. We have a better understanding now of how children's brains work. We have a better understanding of how they can be helped in education. And that is a positive thing. That is something that we should welcome.
And I just wondered if, just to end, if you could, because you've spoken a bit about, you know, battling the system.
Yeah.
How was it as a parent to, I guess, launch yourself into the system of trying to help your child?
It's a really difficult process for parents, especially when they have so much going on in terms of caring for and looking after and understanding their child and their needs. And no parent wants to engage in a fight with their child's school or their local authority. And there's been a lot of talk about how adversarial the system has become. And that's undoubtedly the case. The system is adversarial, but that's not the fault of the law. The main message that we really want to get across is the law itself, the law that is based on children having a right to support and education. That isn't at fault and doesn't need to be dismantled. It needs to be strengthened and protected. The problem is that the law isn't being followed.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Great to have you on the programme.